Guardians of the Galaxy.
Volume 3.
Directed by James Gunn.
Yep.
Third installment of the trilogy. Just came out in theaters. And yeah.
Really good, guys. So this is about our
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord, who is Chris Pratt, and basically he's racing across the galaxy to save one of his crew members. We're not telling you who yet. We will have spoilers, but he's saving one of his crew members from an illness. And yeah, just trying to figure all that out while running into a very powerful villain. So
Very powerful, scary, ugly villain. Yeah. But, I mean, good movie. Box office, they did fantastic. I mean, the numbers are showing that this movie is going to pop.
Yep.
Like, it's $170 million budget,
Yep.
and they already made 120 on the weekend.
Yes.
I thought it was a little bit longer than the weekend because I got to see it early, and that was awesome. But that's just perks because we're at AMC Stubs members.
Yep. AMC Stubs.
They don't pay us, but go ahead and, check it out.
Yeah.
So Rotten Tomatoes gave this movie a 81%, so that's pretty damn good.
Yep.
Metacritic, Metacritic, they just get that's 65%.
You don't like Metacritic?
No, man, but it's their job. They're the ones that are always going to be looking, combing everything, microscope,
Yep.
telescope, everything.
Either them or Rotten Tomatoes.
Yep. And then next one is IMDb, which we're at 8.3 out of 10.
Yep.
8.3, guys. That is pretty damn high. As far as some of the other ratings we've given or that they've given to other stuff that we reviewed here on this channel.
Yep.
Google's at 94%. That's all of us.
Yep.
Everybody.
Someone can get on Google, type up their review really fast in like a minute.
Yep.
So all of us at 94%. Sal, what do you say?
I'm pretty much at 95%. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. Now,
Yep.
only reason that it's a 9.5 out of 10, guys, because it's not rated R. That's it. That's literally the only reason. But other than that, this was a fucking great movie to watch.
Sal loves his
real
rated
good
R's.
movie. Yeah, I love my rated R's, man, because there were some parts where I was like, man, if they had a little bit of blood in there, or if you saw a little bit of, was that cool?
Right. It wasn't. Before we go to my rating, Sal, who's your favorite character in this one?
Ooh, that's a good one. That is a tough question right there, man. Damn. You got me with that. Who's my favorite character? It's going to be a spoiler, so I'm going to leave it for spoilers.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Because it's not going to be any of the crew members.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
Yeah. I got you.
All right. So,
Okay.
Go ahead, man. Now you got to get it.
Okay, I can see that. Well, I mean, Star-Lord was my favorite character. Let's start off with that. No, this movie was awesome. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was really well put together by James Gunn, who made the last 2 installments, who's now over making movies for DC, and shows, or at least the leader of all that. So I think that'll be pretty good. I hope he does some good things there. But I really enjoyed this movie. I liked it better than the other 2. I thought it was the best out of the trilogy, honestly. Really good movie. Go check it out in theaters, guys. Check this movie out.
Mm-hmm.
Please go check out this movie. You have to support this movie because after Infinity War and Endgame, I mean, you had Black Panther, that was really good, and then you had this. After that, I mean, the other movies I thought were not as great.
No.
Or not up to expectations. Kind of like Ant-Man 3, if you've seen our review. We didn't like the CGI in that one. This one had awesome CGI.
Right.
They really put their money where it was worth, which is a CGI. If you're going to have it, make it look good.
Yep.
They did awesome on that. Loved all the characters. I love the Guardians of the Galaxy. I love how they just mingle together, how they argue, how they love each other, everything. This movie made you laugh, cry. All the feelings. Me and my girlfriend were tired after this movie because he just felt so much in one sitting. There's just so much that they throw at you, which is amazing because that's what a movie is. It's supposed to make you feel. It's entertainment.
Yep.
It's supposed to. So when you bring out everything in one movie, I think that's a really good movie. So 9 out of 10 for me, guys.
That's a 9 out of 10 from Donovan.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think we heard the 9 out of 10 until just now. So that's why I want to emphasize that's a 9 out of 10.
Yeah. So guys, check this movie out. It's really good.
Awesome.
And guess we'll jump into our spoilers.
Spoilers. If you haven't yet, like, comment, subscribe down below because we know half of you guys don't want to be spoiled. Some of you guys do. But now that we're in the spoiler zone, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you my favorite character, the bunny.
The bunny.
The
oh
bunny.
My God.
The bunny was so creepy looking with the fucking
but
spider
such
leg.
a tragic ending, son.
Oh, dude,
such
it was crazy.
Ending,
yeah. I mean, if I had to choose one of the team members, Groot. Or Baby Groot, we're calling him Groot's son.
Groot.
Groot. I mean,
who's Vin Diesel?
I know. Who finally had another line.
Yeah, really.
At the very end, I love you guys.
I love you guys. I'm like, y'all could have left that out, but that's just
seriously. Yeah, he really could have.
Kind of threw it off. Like we were used to I am Groot, but now he can speak English. So, more English.
What was the point?
I don't know. Maybe
but Groot, man, he was a star. To me, he was a star in this show. Like the parts that I want to be rated R is because Groot was doing some really kick-ass stuff.
He was. The fights in this movie were off the charts. The camera angles that James Gunn was giving us and the other producers and everyone were amazing. I mean, even when someone's looking, you're like getting full action. I mean, they were on point with everything. The CGI was on point. When you go over $100 million in budget, I expect your CGI to be amazing. I expect everything to be on point. Don't bring me no Ant-Man 3 stuff. That was crap. I want this. This movie right here brought the CGI.
Yes,
this is what you put $120 million into.
Yep.
It was awesome.
It was. You heard the man.
$170 million.
You heard the man.
Yeah.
Get your shit together, guys.
Get your stuff together. It's Disney. Come on. Y'all are billionaires.
Seriously, man.
But yeah, this movie was awesome. It takes place actually in the very beginning. Our boy Rocket is the one that gets ill. Rocket is ill. We run into, while he's ill, we run into like flashbacks that he gives us, which we find out that the High Evolutionary is really the one who created him and a lot of people. He created a lot of civilizations.
And it's funny that you say that because that's why he became ill. Because the High Evolutionary was trying to come out and get his property back.
Yes.
He wanted
him back.
Yeah. A Rocket was just a number to him. You know, he goes and creates different civilizations.
Yes.
Now, he literally creates beings. Either clones them, robotic, whatever. He makes them. He just has this alter ego or master ego that he is God to all these creations.
Yes, and I thought he did pretty well. Some character flaws I thought, maybe because I'm not really too familiar with the High Evolutionary, that might be a thing. He's played by Chakwoody Wuji. He was also in Peacemaker in season 1. If you ever seen that, he's a really good actor. I thought he did really well. This guy was bipolar.
Yeah,
the High Evolutionary is crazy, and he wanted Rocket back, like Sal said, mainly for his brain. Rocket figured out some things when he was doing experiments and stuff like that, and he helped him actually build or create more societies from something that Rocket fixed. And he's trying to figure out, Rocket, how could you figure this out, but I can't?
Like, I created you. You shouldn't be thinking higher.
You can't be smarter than me. And that's where that bipolar comes in and everything. And so, hey, Rocket, why don't you just help me out and we'll work together.
Nah, he wants to take his brain out and study it and figure out what was it that Rocket had that none of his other creatures have. And
it's crazy.
It really is crazy.
And when we say he made a lot of civilizations, he made a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you remember, Aisha is played by Elizabeth Debicki. And she's a high priestess of the Sovereign who's in actually Guardians of the Galaxy 2 when they had to go, Rocket stole the Annulex batteries and this big old army's chasing them through the galaxy trying to get the batteries back. Well, she has this son named Adam Warlock, who's basically the Superman of
their civilization.
Yeah, Marvel, really. I mean, he's tough.
Dude.
This dude came in the beginning and he's just smacking around the Guardians of the Galaxy. They don't have powers like that other than Groot, but he's just smacking them around. And I mean, he tore them all apart. It really took Nebula to kind of stab him in the back, and he has his baby emotions, which, like I brought up, is entertainment. Play with my emotions, get me excited and sad and all that.
He captivates your attention.
Yes.
And holds it. That's the part that really is what he does. He holds it and he takes you for a real cool ride.
Takes you into another world, into this galaxy with the Guardians of the Galaxy. And so it's just like, it's pretty awesome. That's what entertainment is, taking me out of the world. The only thing that brought me back was my bladder because it's a long movie. But other than that,
it was a long movie.
Looked at my girlfriend like, when is hopefully it's over here soon. But which brings me to my only flaw in the movie, which I thought was a little rushed at the end to me with the last fight, because the High Evolutionary, he was this guy that thought everything through, and then all of a sudden towards the end, it's like maybe he felt rushed. He was like. He's bipolar, so he's like everything's falling apart. These random Guardians of the Galaxy are, foiling my plans at every step, and it's just like he seems just finicky in a way, and he does dumb things at the end, which I didn't think was his character, but maybe it was. Again, I'm not too.
That's probably that bipolarness that once he feels some kind of disorganization, it's like he's OCD.
Yes.
Maybe. Yeah. And starts just becoming a mess.
Yes. Which he already was because, he killed all of Rocket's friends.
Oh, man.
And
he killed my bunny.
Rocket went off. He's tearing up his face.
Yeah, man.
He's he tore him up. He completely destroyed his face. So this guy, High Evolutionary, is basically a robot now with his face like attached to the robot.
In a sense, yeah.
Because technically High Evolutionary is, I think, human, but he just wants to live forever and stuff and build other civilizations because he thinks he's God. There was a pretty badass scene there because one of his followers was like, oh my God, he said, there is no God. That's why I stepped in. It's like,
that's right.
That was pretty cool.
That
was pretty dope.
That was a good scene. I was like, damn, pause on this, man.
Bitch said, shut your ass up.
Yep.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Some pretty cool scenes in here. We could explain every part, but...
He definitely give Kane the Conqueror a run for his money. Yeah. At least it seemed like that.
Yeah, that's true. It did.
Mm-hmm.
It did. Yeah, it really did. I mean, this guy... And that's why I wanted more from him at the end. I feel like it was rushed where it's like, all right, let's just end them off. It's our last movie of this Guardians of the Galaxy. So let's just go ahead and end it and be done with it. When this guy is he's awesome. I mean, this guy is creator of... colonies and civilizations and
planets and shit.
Literally destroyed one of his planets just because he didn't like his creations no more. He's like, once I get, I got these little kids now that are half, animal, half more human than animal now. Right. Because the civilization he killed off towards the end were a little more animal, but then had the human side. Mm-hmm. These people, or this civilization he created was more human than animal, but still like a hybrid part. Yep. And so, but he wanted Rocket's brain connected to all of them because Rocket's just smart. He's just smart. He can put stuff together. He's a mechanic. Yep. He can do all types of things that the Higher Evolutionary can.
Yep, and none of his creations have the drive like Rocket.
Right.
They did not process things, so that's why Rocket was so special. And Peter, Quill, the crew could not help him because he's a robot. They couldn't access inside of his vital organs.
Yep. So there was some type of code they needed, which was with the High Evolutionary's sidekick or side person, his follower. Yep. / one of his creations, because anybody around the High Evolutionary he created, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, all the fights are awesome. Yeah. They're a group that you look at and you're just like, how can they win any fight? Because honestly, they're very disorganized. They argue at every turn. They argue with each other. It's just like everybody's always just going at it.
It really is.
It's pretty crazy.
But it's almost like a family, and it's a working dysfunctional family.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah,
it is. It works out because when they get in a fight. It's like, dang, they kick ass. You brought up Groot, how he had a branch and some dude, and he expanded the branches, and the dude like
starts whipping people. I mean, then he opens up and takes out all the guns.
Yeah. One of my favorite parts is when he's like connecting this branch across, and Rocket's running on this branch. Just It's like taking people out. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it's a real awesome team.
Awesome team, awesome
movie.
Everything.
Yeah.
Love the movie, love James Gunn as the director. Love everything he directs. I haven't seen one thing that he's directed that I didn't like. So, yeah.
Yep. Guys, again, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys for watching. And tune in for the next one.
See ya.
Peace.
We'll kill anyone who gets in our way.
No, not kill anyone.
Kill a few people.
Kill no people.
Kill one guy, one stupid guy who no one loves.
Now you're just making it sad.